We are rolling whenever
Rolling.
you're ready.
Everyone relax. This is TOFOP. I'm Charlie Clausen.
Oh, I'm Will Anderson. Hello and thank you for watching.
And welcome to 2026.
Yeah. But can we start with the 2025 story?
Yep.
I got hacked.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. It happened on the morning we're recording this.
Yeah.
We've recorded another episode. We did a Christmas episode.
Mm.
I wonder if people have heard any of what we said in that Christmas episode.
Redacted.
Anyway, this is the start of the new year, and I want to start on a good note, but I am still, as I'm recording this, in the old year. By the time people are hearing this, I hope that I am back on top of things, but I feel like an absolute fool today, Charlie, because I have been hacked.
How? Phishing?
Well, no. So not only have I been hacked, but I've been hacked, it turns out, for ages and I haven't noticed, which is so annoying. And I
so
feel like
annoying.
such an idiot. And it's from the Qantas
You know,
hack.
I feel like you're going to tell me something, then I'm going to panic and check my phone to make sure that
Do you remember the Qantas hack?
Yes.
It was months ago, though.
Yes.
Like, and when people are hearing this, it's like distant memory. But when we're recording this, it was still months ago.
Yeah.
And I remember at the time them saying, oh, if you're a Qantas, frequent flyer in this sort of thing, I may have even got an email from Qantas. Who knows? But maybe Qantas have my old email address and I don't check that anymore. I don't know if I got a message saying, hey, you should probably change all your passwords. But here's what I hopefully can confidently tell people when we're recording this, when they're hearing it months from now, Charlie, which is I now don't have the same password for everything, because it turns out that my method of having the exact same password for everything,
Is it the same password that I would possibly know?
probably.
Like when I went to stay at your place in LA, you said, oh, this is my password for the internet. And so is it that password?
I mean, like, you know what? I'm happy for you to say what that password is, because even if it was that
Yeah.
password, it is not that password anymore
Was
when
it
people are hearing this.
Old mate.
Yeah, it was that one. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Was it that?
It was that one. Yes.
Does that make me a hacker?
Oh no! See, this is why I feel so bad that it's my fault, because it is my fault.
Yeah.
Like everything they say about,
mean,
and like you're not
Almost
meant to have
10
the
years
same.
since I used that password.
Yeah, and it served me well, Charlie. It has served me absolutely.
Yeah.
And every single account I have
So
has.
once that was the master key. Once they
Yeah.
got in, they were into everything.
But, well, no. So they got into. Well, I haven't seen. So I've only discovered this morning that this has like taken place.
Ironically, we were sponsored by NordVPN at one point.
I know. I really should have protected myself.
They were telling us
In
every
all
week. I
sorts
mean,
of
we
ways.
were telling people.
Yeah, we were telling us.
Yeah, we were telling
when
us.
will I take my
Own
own
advice.
advice?
Come on,
I've got to
Will.
learn to believe in
I mean,
myself,
VPN
Charlie.
won't protect your passwords.
Well, there's
a password
but
manager will.
they do
Oh,
have,
yeah,
but
password manager.
Nord do have a password manager, which I use.
Okay, the Nord password manager.
Yeah.
Well, my password manager
Was you?
was me having the same password for everything and me remembering that one password.
Your password manager was the equivalent of the 17-year-old manager who runs a McDonald's.
Yeah, that it was his
You have
first job
to
as
leave.
manager, and he was doing a good job.
Yeah.
And he'd stayed in the system as, like, occasionally the first O in Oldmate had been promoted to a capital,
Oh,
and occasionally,
no one will figure that one out.
occasionally along the journey, I'd had to add an exclamation point after 31.
Perfect. Yeah,
Because that's what it was. Oldmate 31 used to be my password.
Did the A in mate ever become an at?
No, never had to
Oh,
do that.
too
Occasionally
complicated.
might have had to put I think, like, how complicated would they normally get? A number. So numbers in there.
Number,
I've got
special character, and a capital.
Yeah,
is
so it used to be
generally the-
Oldmate 31. So then it went to a capital O for Oldmate 31. And then an exclamation mark or a question mark, depending on if I needed something extra. And I had that password served me well, Charlie, for over a decade until it did not. Until it turns out that Qantas got hacked and they said to everyone, hey, you should change your password on things. And I did not. And I had not really seen any ramifications of that action until today. So I don't know what the broader, I'm hoping the damage has been limited. But when I rang the bank, because an email account that I don't use, but I need to log into something, was logged into, there was like charges in there that were not
Oh, no.
and it's like, well, at the start, you know what? At the start, I honestly was just like, that is probably spam. You know my theory of I think everything's a scam
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everything's
Especially if
spam.
it comes
So,
from like a banking
yeah,
institution.
that's right. Any charge or anything, blah blah blah. I always think these days they're just,
Bungings often send
yeah,
me
that's
vouchers.
right. Yeah, that's right. Or like it is quite a common scam to say you've been charged for something, so then you hit the thing going, "Hang on, this isn't me."
Yeah.
That then and whatever it might be. So I just assumed. So I didn't go online. I didn't click through anything. I just called like the 2 financial institutions straight away that I have. First one, they're like, no, nothing worrying here. Like it seems all fine. This charge isn't from us. And I'm like, okay, well that because that was the one I was thinking would be most likely where it would come from. Then I have like a smaller, like a Visa card that you can just put money on, to, like, when they won't take my other credit card, like, just a little kind of cash card, I don't know, whatever you call them, like, right thing.
Charge card or whatever.
Yeah, that I've had for 30 years. And I keep it just for, that sort of purpose. So I don't use it that often. But I had used it a few weeks ago. You know when you're like shit goes down.
Now you're starting to look
and
back
you're like,
at it.
no,
I should have
and it was
known.
like-
Red flag, red flag.
Yeah, this is the thing that's annoying me the most today.
Yeah.
Is I'm starting to have flashbacks to all the times along the way. Because I was on the phone just before, and I was talking to Tamsin, and she said, hey, wouldn't have the Qantas sent you a thing saying you were on the list? And I was like, yeah, I feel like maybe they did do that,
Yeah.
Like I feel like
I get a lot of emails.
yeah, I got a lot, and maybe I did kind of ignore that and think it didn't really apply to me, and maybe that time when I was at that music festival and I thought I had money in my account and I tapped the thing and it suddenly didn't have any money in the account, I shouldn't have gone, maybe
I guess
I guess I spent it. Maybe I should have just.
But these are all
Yeah.
very understandable things that you ignore. It's only in retrospect that you go,
Yes,
oh, okay.
but in retrospect, yes, but that's where I am right now.
Yeah,
In retrospect, I'm slap bang in the middle of retrospect, and all these red flags are like, it's like I'm jogging towards the surf in between the flags because there are red flags everywhere, Charlie.
That's so annoying.
And yeah, so it's my own fault. The only kind of good thing being that this has a very capped amount of money that could be taken out. Like it's only what I put into it.
And
so,
how have they just been withdrawing small-ish amounts?
I guess so.
Periodically.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess so. I literally found out about this half an hour before we started today. Spent 20 minutes on the phone to the banks as I was walking in here and going into the email account and trying to change passwords and stuff, like on my phone.
Do you need
as I
time
was
off?
doing
Should we
it.
just pause the show for a bit? So
I think I've done now all the things that you can do first day, which is put a hold on the account and then basically the guy in security at the bank said, I just have to go home now and look through the thing and
follow the
just
steps.
go, what are the dispute charges you want to dispute or whatever. But the most annoying thing, Charlie, like that bit's annoying, but at least there is a process within that whereby you can like go into the app and follow the thing, and this is the thing that happens. But the now process that I will have to go on to change the passwords on every single thing that I have. And now I have to be a different person, Charlie. I have to be a person who doesn't use the same password for every single account.
Get yourself a password manager. It's so easy because
what is it? Tell me how does it work?
So basically, it's like an app that you download.
Sorry, the way I said that sounded like
an
it was
ad.
an
Can we get Nord before I do this endorsement? Can we get Nord to sign
Let's
up?
leave a gap for the
company.
VPN company or the
password
manager.
manager
Company who's willing to sponsor this episode, because this is a great episode, and plus this is the first one in the new year.
Yeah,
great amount of time for the sales team to get a password manager on board for this. So we'll leave a gap for their name right here.
Yeah.
Thank you to. Okay, great.
And like my accounts have never been safer thanks to. And it works across all your devices.
Yeah.
So basically,
I've found that it is both easy and affordable. Thanks,
Mr. Black. So, it's basically an app that you download.
Yeah.
And so, you just you can go through your old passwords and add them. So you just create a file. So it's like, this is the access for your banking account. This is for your, Ticket Tech or whatever it is. But you just add the details as you go through. So if I sign up for a new service or whatever, when it gets to the password thing, I go to the app, I open the app. You have one password. Like
So can the app be on your computer?
it can be on your phone, your computer. So it doesn't matter
Your
where
browser as well.
in your browser. So it
Okay.
doesn't matter where you're logging in, and
Alright.
and you sync it to your device so that when you are entering a password, the password manager pops up and says, "Would you like to use your encrypted password from this manager?" So
But what if somebody else needs to use your thing on your phone or your computer?
you can share the password with
Okay.
them.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can send it to them. So basically, the great thing about it is it's like it generates the passwords for you, and they're incredibly complicated and hard to hack. They give you a safety rating
Yeah.
depending on the password. So old mate, blah blah blah. That's getting a big thumbs down from
I
the
mean,
password
10
manager.
years of good service, though.
Yeah,
like, I mean, a full
let's
decade.
pour one out to old mate.
And by the way, I mean, 10's probably being...
Probably 20.
I was going not 20,
Oh,
but I reckon...
as long as I have known you and needed to use your Wi-Fi in your various residents, I'm pretty sure
15.
old mate
I reckon
has
old mate's been with me for 15
Old
good
mate-
years.
across
Old mate is an
multiple
old mate.
continents.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like too.
Old mate and I have travelled the world together.
Farewell, old mate.
Yeah.
We hardly
Bye-bye,
knew
old
you.
mate.
I mean, what a way for old mate to go down.
Great,
too.
mate.
Like old mate
Yeah.
was your security guard
Yeah.
for almost 20
Yeah.
years and did a great job. But then
Yeah.
he just
But he
got
was
a bit
too old.
long in the tooth. He was
Yeah.
like Clint Eastwood in the line of fire.
Yeah, that's right, man.
Like-
His hand wobbled.
We got to
when he-
give him one
One
last
more.
shot,
Yeah.
shot at redemption.
Uh-huh.
Like this fucking malicious force has come in. Old mate has got to come out, and he can sacrifice himself just to prove one last time that he's going to take a bullet for you.
Well, I mean, I guess this is what this is.
Well,
I
no,
mean,
he he literally left the front door fucking open,
I
put the
mean-
keys on the table, gave them the combination lock.
I mean, I agree with what you're saying, but we may have identified it early-ish. Right?
Oh, no, that could have got much worse. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I guess so. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, if this is, this is the thing that I won't know that I'm speculating about on the day that we're recording this versus when this episode will
When you're
actually
broke.
be going out. Yeah, that's right. What happened to Will Anderson? You'll know from this. Like, I go
you
home.
walk past him on the street.
Yeah.
He had a cardboard sign.
Yeah, I go home tonight,
Yeah.
and it's like while we were recording this episode, they emptied my bank account. Oh, no, actually, I just don't like that.
Okay, let's not. talk
Actually, you
about
know what? The good news is that my bank account is the one thing that I always had a different password
Okay.
for. So
Well, that's how it started
Yeah.
with me. So when I got my hack notification, that's when I got the password manager. So because I had like 300 websites that I signed into, and I was like, you know what? There's something I signed up to once to blah blah blah. I don't give a fuck about that. I'll change, but I changed all the PayPal, banking, anything where there was money. I used the password manager for that, and then it just sort of happened organically that anytime I had to sign into like insurance or health or whatever, I go, oh, you know what? I'll update my password. I'll just go to my password manager, put the details in, generate a new password, bang, and then it's locked in. So you only have to do it once. That's a good thing about it. You think, oh God, I've got like all these things I have to sign into. You don't do it all at once. Just as it comes along, take care of the important ones like the health and financial and stuff that you use most regularly. Get those done. And then just as you go along, you can just update with the password manager. So now my password manager's chock-a-block, and I still get the notifications you've been in a leak or whatever, and I'll just go through and I'll update whatever ones seem the most concerned. Prior to that, I used to keep a Word document.
I've got a Word document,
And you know what? I thought this is my...
and they all say Old Mate 31.
Yeah. I was like, well, I need to confuse potential hackers. So rather than call it passwords,
Yeah.
I called it piggy wiggles because I thought there was no way like a hacker would be able to work out what this document meant if I called it piggy wiggles.
Could we please call this episode Old Mate 31?
Yeah.
I wanted to be honoured one last time, to go out in style. And if you can find, because this is
Requiem for Old Mate 31.
this was what the guy was explaining to me on the security guy from St. George, who, by the way, was fantastic.
Yeah.
Like,
Are
really.
you sure that it was a security guard from St.
Man,
George? and
who
not some
fucking knows? He was like, give me your
robot?
details and I'll sort it out.
I'm so
for you."
sorry to hear this, Mr.
Yeah.
Anderson.
Yeah, well, I actually did get a person, which was like nice as well because I was panicking. And he was saying one of the problems is that if they can hack into an email account of yours, particularly if it's one you don't use all the time, is like when some things will have security on them, like the credit card, like they'll to buy something, but you can often get it sent as an email, the code or the checking thing. Like, so if they can get into an email account, they can basically just do everything
Yeah.
from an inside. And I was like, oh yeah, well that does. I
Yeah.
mean, when you say it like that, that does make a lot of sense.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
I mean,
Like-
it seems like really, it's not old mate's fault. Feels like I've left the door open.
Well,
Yeah.
even like two-factor authentication, where they'll send you a code or whatever. Like often on this show, because Everyone Relax has our own Riverside account that the good folk at Listener, like James or Mike or Amy, will have to use, and sometimes I'll get logged out, and so they'll be logging in. I'll get a text message from someone saying, "Hey, can I just get the code?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, sure." Like, who knows?
Yeah.
Sure, I'll send that via text. I'm sure there's no problem there.
Well, I've always had the thing too, where like I genuinely don't know what I've signed up to on what, and if I unplug one thing, like sometimes I haven't shut down an email address because it was the email address that you used to log into a thing, and like it's so like my entire. It's like the wiring of something where you pull it up and you go, oh no, this is not good.
I don't know which
There's
the green and the yellow wire look very similar.
This is not good. I don't know what's going on here. So I feel like the thing that is dawning on me a little bit is that I'm going to have to take a couple of days to really genuinely overhaul. This is the time. It's been, I know for years that I have meant to have paid more attention to the security and all these sort of things. And there are products like the brilliant people that you can now go to for these reasons, right?
Yeah.
And I just should do that.
Yeah.
This is the wake up call to just go, all right, well, this is what I'm going to do.
And there's also other services too that
Yeah.
you can sign up for that will scan to see.
Because I don't think I've ever shut down an email account.
I don't think I've done that.
I think
either.
I just stopped
Is
using them.
that what they tell you to do?
Yeah, well, apparently if they can log into some old email account of yours,
Right.
they can just use that to conduct business as if you're not checking it.
Yeah.
Like I have email accounts that don't there's no notification. They're not linked to anything. So if someone was using it, someone could be living my life through my old email account if they wanted.
Do you remember Terminator 2?
And its password was Oldmate31, but it was an old one, so it was in lowercase. You don't need the capital O in my original email. It was the old lowercase old mate when old mate was just a little young mate.
A simple time.
A simple time.
When you could just old mate, that'll do
Yeah.
as a password.
Old mate was it for a while. There was not a number involved for
Yeah.
years. It's from pre-numbers.
I do remember when we had to hand over a bunch of passwords. I think when we joined Listener, and we had to hand over a whole bunch of passwords for our socials, for Linktree and stuff like that. And I'm like, I've got no fucking idea because a lot of that stuff was set up by.
Oh, by the way, I should point this out. There's probably some people who are now going, I read your book, and in it, one of the examples of a password you used was old mate.
Oh my God, really?
Because I remember I wrote that in the book thinking it'd be a good excuse to convince myself to change my passwords and then forgot that I had done that.
Turns out this hacker is just someone who bought your book.
I mean, that would be the ultimate.
Well, it serves you right, though.
Yeah,
That would totally serve you
Does
right.
serve me right.
Yeah, when we passed the passwords over, I think Mike Howell or maybe Michael Liberale, podcast Mike, had come up, and it was something like 69, TOFOP 69, ha ha ha, dicks or something like that.
Okay,
And I
it's
had
a hard one to pass on.
Yeah, and I was like,
isn't it?
I didn't come up with this password. This was just sent to me.
I also, because I don't run my own social media, I don't know what the passwords to my social media is. But on my computer, I have the Facebook.
There's a saved one.
Saved one because I need that to log into. There's some news site or something that
it's
only
linked
logs
to
in
Meta.
through Meta. But I assume there are other ways to log into these things. I just have to go and unpick whatever those systems are and log into settings. And
I would also recommend a physical security key.
What?
So this
What?
is it's a physical device.
What are you talking about?
So when you set up two-factor authentication, instead of doing it all through email, so if your email gets hacked,
What
they
is
have access to
two-factor
everything.
authentication? Is that what I was talking about before, where
They
someone
send you
sends
text
you
your
a
code.
You log
text
in
or
with
a
your-
second
yeah,
factor.
Okay.
Exactly, a second factor or multi-factor. So not just two, you can have multiple.
Okay.
Yeah, so
avenues.
you might, yeah.
So a physical security key. I've got one on my keychain, and instead of sending a passcode to my phone or my email, which can also be compromised, because there are ways that people can mimic your phone to get your text messages if they
Oh
hack
my
that
God.
kind of system.
Yeah.
The physical key is something that
I mean,
where
they don't need to do any of that for me though. Oldmate31.
Capital O.
it basically it's through either NFC or it plugs into your device and USB-C, and then it detects that device, and that device has the it stores the passcode essentially.
What happens if I lose that and then I throw my computer into the river?
Well, by itself it's irrelevant.
Okay.
Right?
All right. Okay.
So if you lose it,
doesn't.
It's not a.
It's fine by itself.
But
yes.
so explain to me the actual mechanism of the physical key in terms of. So I don't understand.
And this great key is available at. Brilliant.
But is the physical key? How does it? What's the literal operation of it? So instead of two-factor authentication, how does it work?
Well, it is two-factor authentication, except it's more secure because it's not sending anything to your email or your phone. It's a physical device, which means it can't be compromised via other, digital means.
Yeah, but what does it look like? Is it to have numbers? Does it have a code,
I've got one on
a
my
display?
keychain. I can show you.
Okay, bring it in. I
Oh,
want
okay,
to
all
see
right.
this
Well,
physical
this is-
device
yeah,
brought to us by the good people at.
Well, and it wasn't
You
it
don't have to
affordable?
freeze.
And
You can keep moving. It's
That's a
just
good
we're
point.
putting the audio.
Yeah, it's true.
They're going to animate
But
our
maybe they would
mouths.
just put in some vision or
Yeah,
something.
right. Oh, yeah, when
Or
we put it on Patreon.
But like from an old episode.
Yeah. Yes, Smithers, you are quite sexy. I mean, isn't it hilarious that all this technology and
Yeah.
we've gone back to you just need a key?
Well, yeah, that's right. Well,
All
I'm
right,
happy.
okay.
Oh, okay. So it's like, yeah, all right. It's on a keychain and it's a little key.
Okay, so yeah, it looks like a
Yeah.
little USB-C device.
Yeah, okay.
But how does this? So, but I don't understand. So,
So, okay,
you
tell us
you have
again
to
what
you have to
happens.
plug. So it only works on a device with a
USB?
USB-C port.
Or do you?
Yes. So
yes.
there are older ones that are
Yeah.
different.
So this
USB, but
this receives a signal from
Yeah.
like it says, okay, we're sending the two-factor to your key,
Okay.
and then you
so
can
you
plug it
set
in.
that up,
Yeah.
and you set that up with its own
It's pretty smart.
activation essentially. So once you go to a password, create a new account, and it prompts you to add a pass key, and then you either plug that into your laptop,
Yes.
or it also works via NFC. So you can,
Okay.
it reads it from your phone wirelessly. and
What
then
about via NFT? Because I have a lot of these like dancing ape NFTs that I need to find a use for.
those are worthless
Yeah.
now. So
Oh,
they can be
What?
stolen. That's fine.
do you remember
Yeah.
when?
So someone told Justin Bieber, didn't he invest like millions into his NFTs?
Do you remember when somebody approached us to do TOFOP NFTs?
That's right.
That was one of my times where I was like, everything's a scam. Really came in handy, didn't
Yeah,
it?
totally. Can you imagine if we just bet big
Yeah, we're just like, you know
on
what?
an NFTs?
NFT TOFOP.
Oh my god. No, okay, that's
that's
interesting.
really interesting to me.
I'm
so,
not
okay,
going to do
so
that though.
simple
I'm
security.
lazy.
Well, maybe I will. Like, okay, so if I wanted to be, because maybe I'll go from, maybe this is my time
You become ultra.
to do a pivot.
Yeah.
And I should be like, particularly in this era of like computers getting super intelligent and like at the capacity to be hacked. Like, I mean, this is me going from like, this is a Flowers for Algernon style situation where I'm going from the least secure person in the world to the most secure person in the world. But what if I did go into a bit more of a like, you know what? I've always had that attitude of like AI and whatever. The attacks are, you know, their capacity to
brand
fool is going to become more and
for
more.
you.
So
but you're lazy with this shit.
yeah,
So, how are
so
you
that's
gonna
what I
overcome
need.
that?
I need the security combined with the.
How do we make it fun for you? Like, how do we make it interesting for you? Because that's the worst thing
Yeah.
is when you get a notification, your details have been leaked. You're like,
Yeah.
oh god, who's going to sit around and change 400 passwords?
Well, I don't want to do that. I'm
No.
like, it's already ruined my whole day today, knowing that tonight I'm going to have to go home and like sit and try and change every password to everything that I have.
Here's the one query I have, and maybe James, you can answer this about the.
What if this was
the
a great
password
double
manager?
bluff where I just went, oh well,
Oh well,
leave
yeah.
it at old mate 31.
I dare you. I dare you. But so with the password manager, I have a master password
Yes.
that accesses
A master password.
Yeah, so to access your password manager, you have to have a password.
Oh, so
But what
that
happens
could still
if-
be old mate
Yeah.
31.
But
No, it should not be. It should be as strong as you can make it.
is that right?
Yes.
Oh, because mine is
Because it's
not.
got all your passwords.
I
in
know.
it.
It's
Ah,
the
yeah.
one thing that should be the strongest.
I think it's
Yeah.
pretty. I think people would have
Old
a hard
mate
time.
32.
Yeah. but the password manager.
Young friend
But
31.
hang on, sorry. This doesn't. This is counterintuitive because
Ah.
the password manager password needs to be
Yeah.
the strongest you can make it, which
Yeah.
means it should be incredibly complicated, meaning it's very hard to remember.
Yeah.
Yes, but also
So then you need a Word document that has your
Piggy wiggles.
that is one password you need to actually. You should store physically somewhere,
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
somewhere safe.
Fuck, I've been fucking
Yeah.
this the
But
whole time.
also, there are ways to create passwords that are memorable.
Yeah.
So you kind of essentially are spelling
yeah,
a
yeah,
word, or there's a word included
Yeah, yeah.
within that that is
That-
easier to
The
remember.
only thing that makes me feel okay about, and I don't feel okay about what has happened today. I feel like an idiot.
yeah.
But the only thing that makes me feel okay about it is that the Louvre was robbed because their password on their computer was Louvre.
Is that right?
Yeah. So, I mean, if their level of security is that. But again, I laughed at that, Charlie, when that was in the news. I was like, look at these idiots with their low level of security, with all this valuable stuff they're looking after.
Well, it's like every kind of cliche in like an espionage film is them trying to work out
Yeah.
the password, and they'll see a photo of the wife or
Yeah.
or a dog or
Oh,
a
yeah,
child,
that's
and they'll
right.
put in a child on the birthday or something like
Yeah.
that. I mean, that's most people. I think that's why that trope works. It's
Yeah.
like we can all identify with what's the laziest password I can come up with.
Yeah. Will's got an old mate.
I mean,
And his birthday is January 31.
I-
So, yes, James. Yeah, you didn't even know that detail. The 31 is my birthday.
Oh dear.
So, James, I'm appointing you our resident security
Security
expert.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, do you think,
Yeah, good.
like, as you said, like the password you got to, like something you can spell out using symbols and stuff, like substituting letters and
Yeah.
stuff, a word you can remember bit.
Yeah.
But that seems pretty obvious, right? So, like, sure, but pick a word that's obscure. Like, don't spell out your name or your
there's-
date of birth or whatever, but pick a word that you, like, a word that you're fond of that you can substitute a lot of words for special symbols.
Or just something that's memorable, right? Memorable
Yeah.
for you. And like if you set up with any
Podcast.
password manager.
Podcast 1.
No. If you set up with any password manager, they can actually guide you through to like the steps of creating something that's strong and memorable and kind
Yeah.
of, encapsulating that within a
What do you mean? The password, my
Norway's-
password manager can
Well,
do that.
Norway's biggest horse.
Yeah,
Hang
if
on.
you go to
I've
like
got
their
my password
website,
manager
they'll-
here.
they might have a blog,
okay,
where
right,
they'll give you
right.
advice. And so, but it's also like it's being creative about it. So like instead of using, say, the first letter of all those words, you substitute them with the last letter. So it doesn't exactly spell a word, but like it's like a kind of a code to decipher, but
Yeah, right.
you can remember it a bit easier.
You're like
Oh.
Turing. What's his name? The guy, the code breaker.
Okay.
Alan Turing.
Alan Turing. Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is I could probably do
Like Pig Latin.
Ild
Ilway.
Matto.
Anderson Dan Anderson A.
I was more thinking that I could still get old mate involved.
All right.
So I could it could be Eld Matto.
Old. Well, what about, instead of like old, what about old as in old lang syne?
Oh, old
mate.
mate.
Or
I mean,
what's it?
maybe not now that you're saying it on the show. but,
Yeah, we should not have this many. Work out new password on air.
AULD mate. Old mate.
But mate should be
yeah.
M at
M8.
or
Yeah.
oh,
AULD.
not enough. You need at least
M8.
8 characters. You need at least 8 characters.
And then spell 31 out
Oh,
in
that's brilliant.
letters.
But but the I in 30 should be a numeral 1, and the O in 1 should be
I've already lost interest.
a 0.
I'm choking. Did you notice I was choking?
No, you weren't choking.
I
You
was
were coughing.
I was choking.
On what? Spit.
Water. I've been poisoned.
Oh my God! Can I just look? I hate complaining about my body and how much pain I'm in, because you are someone who has a chronic pain. But
It's okay.
Standing
Oh yeah,
for too
standing
long.
hurts. Yeah.
My God! So I had
You know what hurts as well? Sitting and
and
laying
lying down. We had I went and saw a band on a Friday night. Iona had a big, it was like there's a show, like a carnival. So I took Iona to the show the next day. Then went out for a friend's birthday that night. So like 2 nights in a row of going out. Then 2 days later went and saw Crowded House and was standing for that as well. And I couldn't walk the next day. Like my hips and my back were so sore. I went and saw like my masseuse, and she was like, "Oh yeah, like your hips are all." She's gone, "All your leg muscles are so tight that your hips have cranked back, and so you're getting all this like lower back pain and stuff. So you just need to stretch all that out, loosen it up." And she said, "You need to be stretching probably at least 15 minutes every morning. Get up and like." And I was like, "What do you mean stretch? Like, why doesn't my body just do what it's fucking meant to do?" And she's like, "Oh, as you get older, like your muscles kind of like they shrink and they contract, and so it pulls your joints in weird ways. But if you want to stay limber, you've got to start doing all the stretching." And it's like, I'm not ready for this. Like, I'm not ready for. Like, I wanted to enjoy Crowded House. I wanted to watch, one of these fantastic, most legendary bands that come out of like New Zealand and Australia. But I spent. Between songs, I would have to touch my toes, swivel my hips.
I mean, the fact that you can touch your toes is pretty good.
Well, this is the thing, is because I thought it was because normally when I get lower back pain, it's normally hamstring related. Like I've just, been. You
Whatever it just won't go away.
okay? We're going to take a little break from the show. Wait, Will clears some phlegm. Jump up and down. Is it clearing?
Hurt my hips.
Oh my God, this is.
Happy New Year.
Happy. So yeah, so seeing a band and just like when did it get to the point where standing brings pain? Like just standing. And the other thing is feet. My feet hurt now. And that never used to happen. Like I used to hear my dad complain, he's a dentist, he'd be on his feet all day and he'd come home and he'd talk about his dog's barking and got to put his feet up. And now I'm like, oh, I get that. Like my feet hurt. I just need to put my feet up at the end of the day because they get sore.
Yeah, I am interested in the idea of like I've been going to a lot of, legacy rock and roll acts. And because they have...
the 90s are back.
Yeah, but even I went to see AC/DC, and so the Metallica, these bands that people have grown up with. But if you were 30 or 40 when you got into AC/DC, you are now dead of natural causes. Like they have been around for a very long time.
Yeah.
It is 45 years or something since Bon Scott died.
Wow.
So, the age of the audience where there were plenty of young people there as well, but you were seeing some
old guy rocking out.
But not even like some old
Sitting.
guy rocking, barely rocking. You know what I mean? Breathing. Some like people who kind of their effort to go to the gig was that they were there.
Yeah.
And that's okay. That's great. Like good on you for going. But it was like, that being an older person standing up for 2 hours.
That's true.
That said, though, when you're at an AC/DC concert, you can't complain that you're too old.
Yeah, when they're on stage.
When like Brian Johnson's up there at like 78 years old singing for 2.5 hours, and you've got
crazy.
Angus Young, who is not young, Angus 70 years old, who is still doing all the guitar jumps and skipping down the stage and doing all that sort of stuff at like 70 years old.
Because I know a lot of those older bands like, Mick Jagger and Metallica, they all like quit the drugs and the booze and they got into fitness and got limber because they want to keep playing. Is that the same with AC/DC, do you think?
I don't think so.
They still drink and have fun?
I don't know. But like...
Can you be rock and roll forever? I mean, I guess Lenny from Motorhead was. And
Angus Young's face looks like it's had some fun, but I don't know what his lifestyle is like, whether he's living But I was amazed at the fact, and particularly when we saw it was raining a bit, and he still did the whole kind of buddy hopping like down the stage stuff, and I was like, he's gonna slip and fall.
I mean, you'd be disappointed though if he didn't, right? I know he's old, but if you went and saw AC/DC and he doesn't wear the school uniform and he doesn't do the Chuck Berry hop, then you kind of...
I mean, yeah, but he does it like 30 times.
Oh, yeah, that's too many.
Like, you could do it once.
All right, Dad.
And you'd be like, nice one.
Yeah.
But we're all a bit worried about your
Yeah,
stepping, you know?
According to our overview, Angus Young has apparently maintained a clean lifestyle.
Oh, there you
His
go.
whole
He doesn't
life?
drink.
Okay,
or
well, there
take
you go.
drugs.
Does he drink or take
I
drugs?
saw a clip
He
from
drinks
them.
chocolate milk instead. Apparently.
Oh.
But
All
he
right.
used to-
Well,
he-
he loves like dressing as a school kid and drinking a chalky milk.
I definitely think he smokes because just a couple of days ago saw a clip of them in London in 1975 and they were smoking like chimneys.
Yeah.
But I think that's got to be the secret to it. Like when we saw Paul McCartney a couple of years ago, and I was like, oh, we'll probably hear a lot of the kind of more ballady Paul McCartney Beatles stuff. But then he smashed out Helter Skelter and was screaming, and I was like, this is the greatest advertisement for a vegan lifestyle I've ever seen. He looked, and he's 82 something? How old's Paul McCartney?
He's
In his
81
80s.
the last time I saw him. So
Yeah, so that would have been 2 years ago. And he was like limber and rocking out and still very, looks great. And I guess
Are we saying that it's an advertisement for veganism, or are we saying it's an advertisement for psychedelic drug experimentation, or like, I mean, there's all sorts of things that.
well,
you know,
they did
Paul's
everything
got up to in
early,
his life, right?
but I don't know, do you think Paul still
having a bit of fun, I reckon. Paul McCartney,
does? You think so?
Yeah.
Bit of weed maybe,
bit of weed, definitely.
but acid? No, probably not acid.
Mushrooms, maybe?
Mushrooms, maybe.
Yeah,
I guess so. There was that. We've
We've
talked about it a lot. That when him and Taylor
Yeah.
Beck and Taylor Hawkins got knocked
Yeah.
back from that, they weren't probably rocking to that after party straight, were they?
I mean, if you're 80,
Taylor Hawkins
if
wasn't.
you're like-
Definitely not.
If you're 75, 80 years old,
If you're
and
partying with
trying to-
Taylor Hawkins,
yeah, yeah, that's
like,
right. Yeah.
it'd be pretty boring to be the designated driver.
I mean, as you're an older person, it gets harder and harder to stay up late regardless. And Paul McCartney's like, I
Yeah.
think you need some sort of little. And plus, he's Paul McCartney.
Yeah,
Who would want to party with Paul McCartney, right?
yeah. You'd be disappointed if you didn't. If you got there and he's like, "No, I'm just going to have a cup of tea,
Yeah.
go to bed early."
Nah, you'd still be fine with that.
yeah, I
Paul
guess you would.
McCartney.
Yeah.
Whatever.
apart
It's
from
like,
the security.
You know what?
at
We're
that
gonna
after
hang out
party.
for half an hour, and all I'm gonna do is like bash you in the face with a fish. Fair enough, Sir
Paul
Paul.
McCartney.
It's nice to meet you.
Liam Finn,
Yeah.
Neil's son, who plays drums.
Yes.
It was a really great gig. Like I saw them a couple of years ago at Blues Fest,
Yeah.
and was like, oh, it's all right. But it
Should
felt
we
a-
mention the Blues Fest?
Oh, we'll get to that. Yeah.
Okay, great.
But this gig, they came out. They had like a bigger band. They brought in more elements, and it was like speaking of the Beatles. Like it was. They played. I think they've got a new album coming out, and I'm assuming the songs I didn't recognize are from the new album, and they were really big and experimental and really loud. But I was watching Liam play, and I was like, oh, it must be so great. You get to play with your dad and get to hang out and
Yeah.
play these wonderful gigs. And then I was like, I wonder if Neil Finn had been my dad. Like, is it nature or nurture? Would I have become an excellent drummer and I could
Oh.
play with Neil Finn? Or if it was still the same me, like my personality.
It is interesting in music. There's not as much of a he's a
Father-son.
nepo baby. You know?
Oh, yeah, right. It's just accepted.
Well, I guess it's because you're in the band as well, right? Like you're in the same
yeah.
band.
Like Ringo Starr's son, I think, plays with him as well.
Yeah.
And Elvis Costello's kid as well. So it has happened quite a bit. Jimmy Barnes' kids play
Yes.
with him. So that all makes sense.
Yeah, family bands.
But do you think if you were raised by like a musical genius, so like a Neil Finn, like someone who just writes amazing pop songs,
Yeah.
like so many Crowded House songs, you're like, oh, you just forget like how many songs you know. In that environment, do you think that it's just genetic that you just pick up the Neil Finn music ability, or has it just been surrounded the nurture bit where it's like, oh, this is a person who's going to encourage you to play whatever instrument you want and just to really absorb music and love music? Like, could I be Liam Finn? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I reckon you. I
I don't know because it's a bit like an
actually.
athlete, right?
Yeah.
Like Kobe Bryant's son.
It's the ear for it or
or
whatever. And their family
LeBron's
is
son,
clearly
you're
very
gonna think-
musical. But I think if you're raised around music, like I don't think he could take you in now.
No.
Like
I'm not saying now.
If you went and like started living with Neil Finn now,
I'm not musical. I
Yeah.
have.
But I think if you were raised in a family where like they're playing music all the time and you're always like tapping a tambourine or mucking around on a little guitar or whatever because your dad is, in the same way as you're kicking a footy or like holding a cricket bat or whatever it
but
might
different,
be.
isn't it? Do you think it's different to being because to throw a basketball or kick a footy? There's there's certain physical attributes, coordination, things like that have to have. I think music, there's probably a bit more wriggle room in there.
I
Don't you
mean,
think?
there's
Like you can
definitely-
practice more at music and get better at
I
music.
think that you've got to have genetic talents. I mean, there were 5 Jacksons in the Jackson 5, but only one of them was the true star of the Jackson 5,
Yeah,
right?
Tito.
Like, yeah, I mean, we all agree.
Yeah, it's Tito.
And so, Jermaine
Yeah.
and Your Majesty. So, so I do think that the Finns are a good example, right? Because I have recently booked tickets to see Split Ends. You know,
Yeah,
Split Ends
that'd
are
be
doing
great.
a tour. And I think that Tim Finn is a brilliant singer and songwriter in his own right. And obviously, you know, in the early days of Split Ends, but also as a solo artist, I've enjoyed a lot of his stuff. And I loved when he was part of Crowded House as well. And so are they just music genetics, or
Yeah.
are they both musical and were
Great at music.
like is
Very
Neil
unimaginative at naming family members.
Is-
Tim, Neil, Liam.
Is Neil Finn good at music because his older brother Tim was good at music and he
right.
liked he wanted to be like his older brother, or is it that they were genetically blessed to be musicians?
Well, you'd argue that
In Bros, were they both equally as talented?
I think
Neil.
it has to be a bit of both,
Yeah,
right? Like as someone who's been learning guitar for 4 months,
yeah.
I can tell you that
Well-
it is hard, but it
Yeah.
is something you can learn.
Yes,
But I
that's
think
what I mean.
learning an instrument is something everyone has the capacity to do.
Sure.
And I think the natural talent of just being naturally creative, being a great songwriter, a lyricist, I think a part of that is definitely genetic. So
Yeah,
That-
but
how you
also
start, the better you can
encouragement,
be.
right? Like it's that thing of
Yes.
going, if your dad's like, this is how you play a chord, or this is how you play a guitar, or whatever, and goes like, this is good, or you like your singing's good, or whatever, you start to identify as being.
Well, there was a moment during the show because Neil has such that, it's a disarming Kiwi quality that we love. They're just so adorable and self-deprecating and
Yes.
funny
He's
and quirky.
funny and quirky, despite.
But
the
there
fact
was
that
a
he's written
moment
some
in
of
the
best
show
songs of all time.
where I guess the tech had the drums too loud in his headset
Yeah.
because like he was playing and he
Yeah.
very aggressively like pointed to the side of the stage and he did this like drum motion and then the down motion, and it obviously he did not get the response he wanted, and then Nick Seymour interpreted and turned to the tech and went drum motion down and again it didn't happen, and then Neil got very fucking shitty and stormed over to the side of the stage like away from the microphone, and you saw him yelling something at the tech and then coming back with his cool chill Kiwi quality. He's like,
Wow.
I've never seen that side of
Oh.
Neil Finn before, where clearly the drums were too loud
Yeah.
in Liam or the percussionist drums were too loud in his headset. And I was like, oh, isn't that like an interesting insight? But because Liam had his own band for a while,
Yes,
I believe.
solo kind of, yeah, but
Or a
him in
solo.
band. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
he's good too.
they were
Yeah,
they
talented.
good?
Yeah,
Right.
talented guy, but not like talented like his dad is
Well,
talented.
it's a
but-
bit hard, right?
Yeah, right.
When Neil Finn's your dad.
Mm.
And then is it like Tim or Neil? Like, because I'd never thought of that. It's like, well, maybe Tim was the one who kind of nurtured Neil into the kind of
Yes,
musical space.
I think so.
And
Well,
then
I
you'd
mean,
ask about what their parents,
Yeah.
like, where did the music come from there?
Yeah, they were sharks.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, sure. It's a Finn joke.
Oh,
I think. Oh, it's-
okay, sorry. But yes, speaking of Blues Fest, a story that has always captured
It's been
our
a long-running
joke on this show.
Yes.
And we're pretty sure it's real, right? Because I have spoken to people who.
I don't know if the incident itself is real. I know the story.
Well, let's test it on James.
Yeah, okay.
You
All right.
ask him.
Well, James, are you familiar firstly with the band Counting Crows?
Yes.
Okay. And if you were going to see Counting Crows, what is the song that you would want them to play?
What's their biggest hit?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is that song called?
Mr. Jones
Yep,
and me.
that one.
Yep, Mr.
Yeah.
Jones, right?
Mhm.
Have you ever heard that they went to the Byron Bay Blues Fest and did an entire set and did not play Mr. Jones? Because this is like, in fact, can you Google,
Yeah.
did Counting Crows play Mr. Jones at Byron Bay Blues
Blues
Fest? Because in the community in the Northern Rivers,
It's become law.
it's become law that when they did not play Mr. Jones. It would be great if we found out right now.
Yeah. They are used as like pariahs in a sense, an example of fucking big American act
Yeah.
that don't care about Blues Fest. They
Just-
just come
yeah.
here for the money, and then they don't even play their biggest song. That's how it's
Yeah.
framed.
It's like, I can't believe it. I went to the Blues Fest and saw Counting Crows, and they did not even play Mr. Jones.
because there's always this tension around
Yeah.
Blues Fest of like, why aren't we promoting more
Yeah.
Australian artists? Why are we bringing out these?
Yeah. We
you
brought
know,
We brought
big
out
acts?
bloody Counting Crows. They didn't even play Mr.
Yeah,
Jones.
That's how it's framed.
Yeah.
Is
So,
there anything?
Is there
online?
any information that is available?
I mean, we
James?
might be
No,
making
No,
this up.
I mean, I'm sure if you dig deeper into
Yeah.
like music forums,
but
and
nothing's
things-
coming up
Yeah.
immediately.
But it's
No.
fun. It's
No.
been fun. It's been
Yes.
fun for us because we always use it as a frame of reference of like, that's like a band not
Yeah.
playing their biggest hit. You got to play the
Yes,
hits.
That's right.
So in 2026,
And no one's ever corrected us,
No.
by the way. We've said it a lot.
where these,
Right?
this is the
We've
equivalent
said
of
it so
the
many
Michael
times,
Flatley
and nobody
Lord of the
has
Dance.
ever
It's just
said
one of
that
those
it isn't
rumors.
true.
We're just going to accept it as fact because
Yeah.
that makes us laugh
Yeah.
so much.
Yes.
But the Counting Crows are
Yeah.
playing Blues Fest in
Yes.
this year, and we're just desperate to
Don't
know.
play Mr. Jones. Don't
Like
do
it's
it.
a chance to do the funniest thing ever because the locals are so angry about it and it's entered the kind of zeitgeist and it's part of the law. Imagine if they come out
Yeah.
and they don't play. Yeah, I mean, name me two other Counting Crows songs.
Round here.
Round here.
There's other ones that I like. That whole August and Everything After album I thought was really good, and then
And that lead singer,
Yeah.
Adam Duritz,
Duritz
for a while.
was one of the most eligible men.
Yeah,
in
was
Hollywood.
dating
Yeah,
Jennifer Aniston
Winona
and,
Ryder.
and Courtney Cox. Went through the
Yeah.
entire Friends. Whole cast of
the
Friends.
Friends universe. Rain King. I am the Rain King.
Don't know that song.
Big Yellow
Uh,
Taxi.
Big Yellow Taxi. They did a cover of that.
I don't remember that.
That was later on. That
Right.
wasn't from that first.
That was 2002.
Yeah.
I remember that album because it came out like '94,
Yeah.
the August or whatever.
Yeah.
And that song in particular, it's very Van Morrison, doesn't it? It has that kind of
Mr.
like-
Jones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
has that Van Morrison feel to it. But if they don't play it, what happens? Does the universe fold in on itself?
Or they do play it, but they play it every second song.
Or that's all they play,
Yeah, they just play one. That's what they've come back for.
just to play
They're
Mr.
like,
Jones
we've heard-
on loop.
Oh, hey, by the way, we've heard that because they're a real all or nothing. That actually, you know what? That would be the funniest. So instead, say it is true that they did not play it last time, that they only play it this time.
Just again.
And people,
on
oh, you
loop.
like that?
Yeah.
Well, you don't like that either?
Oh, we want us to be.
Oh,
All
well,
right.
what do you want?
So it's been like 15 years
Right.
since they
Okay.
pissed everyone off. Oh, okay, what do you got?
So I found a Reddit thread from
Okay.
Oh, brilliant.
8 years ago.
Yeah.
And someone asks, I went to the Matchbox 20 and Counting Crows concert last
Yeah.
night. Counting Crows had a set list of 20 songs, and Mr. Jones was not on there. Has anyone else been to a concert where they left Mr. Jones off? And there's a bunch of responses.
Yeah, go.
And
Tell us.
someone says, where is it? Someone says, I've been to 9 of their shows and they didn't play Mr. Jones at 3 or 4 of them.
Hmm.
So they kind of tend to pick and choose, but it sounds like they might get sick of playing it occasionally.
How's the arrogance
Uh.
of you as a band
Yeah.
to go like, this is a song that garnered us our fan base, but these pigs, these pigs who follow us don't know good from bad. We'll decide what you get to listen to.
Well, I mean, I guess it's an artistic decision, right? And
I
applaud
understand.
and understand that artists are going to
Sure.
make their artistic decisions.
But you
I
only got
think-
in this position because of one song.
Well, all I would say is, James, can you Google what the Counting Crows tour to Australia is called? Because it's got a name that implies
That Mr.
we've,
Jones is
we've
coming.
heard, we've heard,
We've listened to
we've
your
heard-
complaints.
We've heard what you've been saying,
Yeah.
and we won't say we're playing it,
Yeah.
but we're playing it. We're
Yeah,
probably
right.
going to play it. The tour is called something like, we're definitely probably going to play the one that you're thinking of.
Well, that's become the trend,
Yeah.
right? Oh, we're touring this album. We're going to
Yeah.
play every song from this album because we know this is the one. You
Yeah,
like our old
I
stuff
don't think
better
that
than
they
our
are
new
doing
stuff.
that, but I think that they're doing an Australian tour in 2026, Counting Crows, and the tour is called...
Shut up, here's Mr. Jones. I mean, that's strange, right? Like, because it's by far and away their biggest song. Like, it'd be like the Beastie Boys not doing Sabotage. Like, that was always the Beastie Boys closer. Biggest song, everyone knows it. It's a great kind of encore song. To not do it. I mean, I remember we saw The Cure at Splendor how long ago? About 10 years ago, or
Yeah.
maybe a bit less.
But the Cure do
But
like,
they did everything
Yeah.
apart from Love Cats. is
but
the
they
only
do
song.
like a different set every night. Like
Right.
they would, so at a festival they'll play like a greatest hits style set, but then they'll go and play like a 3-hour concert where they don't play any of those.
Oh,
songs, or
really?
They only play them at the end. Yeah.
Okay, so it's called the Complete Suites Tour.
Yeah, the complete suite.
Yeah, which is,
complete.
Again,
It was the
the
word. It was the word complete.
Yeah, but that's
And
why
I
it's a
was
chance
like-
to do the funniest thing ever.
Celebrates their
Yeah.
decades of music, including
Yeah.
their 2021 album Butter Miracle, the Complete Suites.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, there's a chance
Yeah,
they may not
the
play it.
complete suites. Yeah.
I mean,
So
imagine if
not
they
a
called the
classic
tour
tour.
every one of our songs you've ever wanted to hear,
Yeah.
and then they don't play it.
Asterisk.
Oh, God, it would be amazing. It would be so funny. I'm almost want to go just to
Yeah.
see that. Split Ends are doing Blues Fest as well.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be great. I would have gone to see that, but it's comedy.
I mean, do you
festival.
remember Blues Fest was meant to be shutting down?
Yeah.
And then that marketing got them their highest attendance in years. And they're like, oh, we're back.
Yeah. It's the rug warehouse.
Yeah.
You know, we're about to shut down. We're back. Good though.
Yeah.
I always find it so weird when people are mad about that, or when some band says this is our final tour, and then everybody goes out to see them, and then they tour again. Well, you don't have to go again.
Yeah.
And if the only reason you were going was it was their final time, then that's weird too.
It feels like bigger bands are coming back to Australia now too. Like
Yeah.
sort of around COVID and stuff, it was a bit of a graveyard. But like with Oasis and Metallica, and even like, so we went and saw Gomez.
Yeah.
And they played like the Great Northern in Byron. It was sort of,
Yeah,
it wasn't
two
a full
guys.
band.
It was
The
Ian
acoustic.
Bell and the two, but the two
It
of the
was
guys.
Seth Rogen.
Yeah, Seth Rogen and Ian Bell. That's right. Yes, and they were doing like a by request too.
Yeah,
weren't they?
yeah, and that because I didn't know much about Gomez, but I went with Jem and a couple of her mates who are
I
English.
really like Gomez.
Yeah, well, that's what I found out is for certain Gen Xers like
Yeah.
Gomez, the way it
Great
was
band.
described to me was in the late '90s. If you ever went to a party and you ended up back at someone's house,
Yeah.
Gomez was the
Totally.
soundtrack
Yeah,
of
absolutely.
like 4 a.m.
And they also felt
kick-ons.
like the sort of guys who would be just in your lounge room singing those songs.
Yeah.
As well. But it's weird to me because they were playing in Melbourne the night that Oasis were at like Marvel Stadium in Melbourne, you know, so 50,000 people or whatever. And they did 3 of those shows. And Gomez were playing that little, well, 2 guys from Gomez were playing the Corner Hotel, you know, to 500 or whatever.
Yeah.
And there was a period of time where I would have said, well, they're equivalently good and popular bands.
Yeah.
And it is weird how,
One just went.
yeah, right?
supernova.
Because Gomez also has like a bunch of really catchy, great songs.
Yeah, the funny thing was though, because when Jem said, "Oh, we're going to go see Gomez," I'm like, "I don't think I know Gomez." And then she played me some music. I said, "I don't think I know Gomez." But then watching them, I was like, "Oh, I know heaps of Gomez." It's just
okay.
like it's one of those things where I don't know. It's part of that kind of late '90s sort of Britpop zeitgeist. It's like, oh yeah,
totally.
they were there, but
Yeah.
I just wasn't aware.
They
of
were
them.
around a lot of the time when I was at Triple J. That was
Right.
like a big Gomez period, and we played them a lot. And they would come out and do festivals and come on the radio and stuff. And so I got to see them a heap and loved them because they're both. Well,
It's-
those 2 guys are both really talented.
It
Like Seth
seemed-
Rogen's got that amazing voice.
And their harmonies
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
They're two like talk
Brilliant.
about 2 voices going together. But
So
I was
different.
because I was sitting.
I think
watching
Ian
them-
might have lived in Australia for a
Right.
while. Like I think he lived in Bondi. Like,
It was
for
such a
ages.
fun. It was such a fun gig, and you
Yeah.
did feel like you were kind of in their living room because, like, you know, just playing the backing tracks and drum machines and
Yeah.
whatever. But I was looking at them and going, this seems like they've obviously done okay out of a musical career. It would be nice to just be able to hang out with your mate and just go and tour and play these like
Yeah.
small, not as much pressure, not as much kind of like.
What if those 2 guys tour as Gomez and the other guys from Gomez tour as Guzman and they get like a sponsorship deal?
I mean, if Snoop Dogg's going to do menu log ads,
Yeah.
let's get
We've got
Gomez together for
Guzman
Guzman
and
and
Gomez.
Gomez. All right.
All
It's
right.
almost the end of the episode. It's
All right.
time for.
Oh
Oh, God, James has fallen off. Too busy.
Crack that pack.
Too busy searching
No,
for the
I think
code.
it's because before we had that.
Oh, no, yeah, no, he's
that
getting onto it
issue.
now. Oh, no, now the echo's back. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Boo, 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 boo.
Crack
pack.
that pack. Okay.
Okay.
We can cut that in
Yeah.
later. Do you want me
With
to do?
the
Do you want me to do a
sponsor's
lucky
name of
dip,
the
or do you want me to? Do
security.
you want me to curate?
Nah, whatever. Whatever you feel like.
Okay. Well, let's go. All right. We can do 2 because we had an unexpected crack that pack. from the last episode. So what I thought I'd go for is 2 classics
Oh yeah.
that have been updated
Ah.
with filling and chocolate. So what we have here is a Biscoff
Yeah.
with a Biscoff filling. Because
Yeah.
I was curious to know,
Mhm.
independently, those 2 flavors
Yeah.
are great.
But is it too much?
Too
to
much
have
together.
Biscoff on a Biscoff.
The butternut snap
Yeah.
covered in chocolate.
Oh.
Butternut snap on its own I quite like. It's like a very sweet Anzac biscuit. With chocolate, is it too much? So this is the crack that pack of, you maniacs, have you gone too far? You had something that was working.
Okay.
So why don't you start with the Biscoff?
Okay. Yeah. No, that's good. Because I have not had one of these Biscoffs, but I've had other
Chocolate-filled
versions
Biscoff?
of this. Like I've had the kind of vanilla, I think.
Yeah,
filling
there's a chocolate one and there was
Yeah.
there's another one, but this is the Biscoff. It's a double Biscoff. I have my reservations because I think the Biscoff is perfectly calibrated. Both the filling and the biscuit are perfectly calibrated on their own. So I have serious reservations whether or not this is going to work. Will is scowling, but I don't know if that's because he's concentrating. What do you think?
I was concentrating. It's very sugary. Like it's a lot. So, I mean, it does what it says on the packet. It is absolutely Biscoff paste contained between Biscoff biscuits. And that, if that's all you're looking for, if you know, like you're not looking for like, where are the other notes in this, right? Because you've bought a product that is Biscoff on Biscoff.
Yeah.
So you've only got yourself to blame if you can't handle the level of Biscoff
said
that
you
is
wanted it.
contained. You said you wanted it, mate. You
Yeah.
don't buy the Biscoff on Biscoff.
Yeah.
Do I want this much Biscoff? I don't think that I do.
Because it's 2 Biscoff biscuits when you'd
Yeah.
ordinarily have
Yeah.
one, plus the Biscoff
Yeah.
filling. So it's 3 Biscoffs,
Yeah.
really. It's triple bisc.
Yeah, no, I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
Um,
Not enough for me to be
oh,
angry at
At
Biscoff.
Biscoff. No. I'd like a deconstructed Biscoff where I can have the paste or this is better.
Yeah, you
though.
go.
Yeah, I'm going to go first on this.
Okay, this is now we're going to chocolate-covered butternut snap territory. So this is in the genre of Scotch finger biscuits getting chocolate on it. So it's like, will this improve? Because I don't know that you need to add chocolate to the butternut snap, and I'm not even sure that the 2 flavors will go well together. You've got that very rich, sugary golden syrup that typifies the butternut snap. Milk chocolate on top, I think it's overkill, but I'll be interested to see. Will's not scowling as much, but he's staring into space with like the eyes of a dead man.
I could eat like 8 of them. I like that is so tasty to me because it's got the crisp of the butternut snap. They feel really fresh for like what is a packaged biscuit, and then the chocolate. I would love a dark chocolate version, but the milk chocolate version is absolutely fine. It doesn't. Like I worried that it would be too sweet. It is definitely sweet, but because of the consistency of the
crunch.
butternut snap and the crunch and stuff, I really like that. I could
I
definitely eat
think
a couple
that's
of those. Like, I mean, maybe not 8, but I
Yeah.
could. Like, if I was having a cup of coffee and a couple of those, I'd be very happy.
Okay, so
I like those a lot.
I mean, I think that's a C plus for the Biscoff.
Yeah, I'm
for
going to
me.
say even a C. Like just because I like both those ingredients separately, but combined.
You ruined it.
Yeah, I didn't like
You
that.
maniacs. And I reckon that's a B plus. I reckon that's delicious. I mean, it's not quite an A,
It's
but
not quite an A, but it's a good B plus.
I mean, that's
And for a store bought, like just affordable package fancy
Here's what-
biscuit, it's got a bit of the Kingston. You know how we
you
love
know
the
what's
Kingston.
interesting.
It's got a similar sort of like
100%.
you know.
Oh, yeah, it's very
those sort of
Kingston, but better,
flavours, right?
better quality chocolate. So it's an improvement. It's actually an improvement on the Kingston, which is.
Which
But I'm a big fan of the digestive,
Yeah.
the sort of wheat biscuit with
Yeah.
chocolate, and you hate it because the texture.
Yeah,
This also is a very rough texture, but for some reason it works for you.
it does. Yeah,
Isn't that interesting?
it's not. It doesn't have that. No, not really. Probably for most people, but that's okay. We continue to do it regardless.
And I just noticed that Arnott's on the packaging. A new stamp to put on it: Aussie made and loved. This biscuit will be loved.
I really like that. That reminds me. That's got
Fancy cup of tea feel. Like
real sort of like.
you're in a classy waiting room. You're in a.
No, I'm thinking I'm at my nan and grandpa's place, and she's like making like cups of tea, and she would normally have homemade biscuits, but on this occasion she's had
gone to the
she's
store.
gone to the store and got like a packet.
I feel like
Yeah.
I'm about to go into I'm pitching at some advertising agency or record company.
Oh yeah.
And they've just laid out some biscuits, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, this is a step up.
Chocolate biscuits.
I think they like us. I think they're trying to impress us.
Okay, interesting.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is TOFOP for this week. Hey, the best way to support the show is still Patreon. Of course, we have our sponsor who's keeping us safe.
Safe and secure. Never felt safer. It actually made me feel safer just talking about it, and now I realise I still have to do it.
Which is a pain in the
But
ass.
the talking it through did make me feel a little lighter.
And if you haven't signed up to the Patreon, we did a wonderful little mini-series with our good friend Amy where we talked all things music, which started off
That
as a
is true.
song lyric breakdown series, but then we just got
wide ranging.
deep into the music. And as we've discovered, Amy is a pop culture enthusiast. She
Yes.
knows so much about so many different genres of film, television, and music. It's probably why she's getting employed in a lot of listener podcasts
Yeah,
now.
I mean, she's very
We're
talented.
losing access.
Yeah, it's good. But occasionally she slums it with us. as well.
So that is on the Patreon. And we'll be back. Oh, you've got shows to promote.
Comedy.com.au. All my touring dates are now on tour. And I will say, by the time people hear this, selling very fast because when we're recording this, they're already selling pretty quick. So I would say get in quick if you want to come and see me because I can't add any more dates.
Yeah, and use the code Oldmate34 to get your discount.
31.
31.
Oldmate31. God, I really have to change it all now. This has got to be it.
The pressure,
I've
mate.
Got to,
Don't forget.
Now I've got a timeline.
Yeah. I'm Charlie Clausen.
I'm Will Anderson.
Nice one, guys.